Final Frontier, VMT. This thing is crazy. They want to call this the metaverse. Have you looking into the universe? Dr. Martin Luther King, the Reverend Volo Show. Born Michael King Jr., January 15th, 1929. It says it again down here somewhere. Let me see. Birth. Yeah. King was born Michael King Jr. on January 15th, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. His father, Michael King Sr., says here, shortly after marrying Alberta, King Sr. became an assistant pastor of the Ebenezer Church. Y'all peeping this? All right. The senior pastor Williams died in 1931, and that fall, King Sr. took the role of being the pastor. In 1934, on a multinational trip, went to Berlin, and he visited sites in Germany associated with the Reformation leader, Martin Luther. On returning home on August 1934, King Sr. changed his name to Martin Luther King, and his son's name to Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, that's dope. So how old was King? 1934, 1929. So you're talking about 5 years old is when he got the name Martin Luther King Jr. Why did his dad change his name? Well, they talk about the Nazis up in here. Nazism, I see right there. Reformation leader, Martin Luther. We can look all that up. You can just come online and check it out. That's Martin Luther, 1529. That's not what I wanted to talk about today. In fact, welcome to the Neo Volo Show. I just wanted to start rapping, and y'all know how I do. I meant to say, welcome. Let's see here, set this timer. Give myself 10 minutes. All right, there we go. Thank you for coming. I'll give you 10 minutes of your time. And, I just wanted to start here because last weekend was Martin Luther King's birthday. Let me get my sticks for now. It was his birthday, and I took a break from making this video. I've been procrastinating. I remember procrastinated. It's just, I come here and I wanted to do one on Martin Luther King. I mean, that's the obvious thing is, I call him King Michael II. You know what I mean? He's the king. He's our king. To hip hoppers, Martin Luther King is the king. Luther King Jr., you know what I mean, is the king. He's the king. Malcolm X, he's our spiritual. He's our spiritual leader. I guess we'll develop something. You know what I mean? It's King's birthday. Malcolm's is May the 13th, I believe. I have to look that up. Don't quote me on that. But it's just ironic. At the beginning of the year, let's talk about Martin Luther King. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I got real depressed. Because as you start doing the research and refreshing your memory and stuff, you come across things. Where is this one thing at? You come across things like this right here, right? Suicide letter, which the FBI sent to him. But of course, the FBI going to deny that they sent this to his wife. That they gave her a tape of him being, this is what they say. You know what I'm saying? But the whole goal, this is supposed to be the actual letter, and I'm not going to get too much into it. You can look this stuff up yourself. This is wiki, so who knows if it's 100% true or not. I know it says in here that they moved his, they're going to release these papers in 2027, I think, or some year like that. But, here at the end it says, not only one thing left for you to do, saying like King took it as them trying to tell him to commit suicide. You know what I mean? Like either commit suicide or you're gonna die. Like he kind of knew at the last days. He must have got a lot of death threats and things like that. In his last speech, in his last couple speeches, you can hear it in his tone. It's just terrible thing that these feds put him through. So as I was going through all this and researching things, and you got beautiful things like the house that he grew up in. That's dope. The high school he went to, Booker T. Washington. We're going to talk more about him as I do more of these talks. With their oldest daughter. It's beautiful stuff, man. But at the same time, you have to deal with, you know what I mean? Like, what's that about? You know what I mean? Getting locked up and, leaders of the march and stuff, pictures of the march. So, but you can do all this research yourself. Like I said, I was going to do this was my original plan, but I got real depressed. We all know the famous scene where he got shot. Around the world, this is wiki. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is just, But don't. Here's that letter again. Here's the one that I was scrolling down to. You know what I mean? And this is just, But we're gonna talk about Malcolm again this year. I'm gonna talk about Martin a little bit later on, but I just wanted to share this with y'all on what I was planning on doing, but I had to take a break because it was depressing. But I did share what's the name? See, I'm out in space today. I did share Professor Black Thought. He has some real good videos that he did on Martin Luther King this year. 2 good videos. Make sure you check his channel out. This here is another one. I took a picture of this to talk about, or we're gonna get into more of that thing. I'm stuttering and not really focused. Let me get focused. All right, here's my focus. This is where we was at last week. I changed it up a little bit, and how did I change it up? Instead of not S, I made this red now, the negation of S. Make it look a little neater. We're gonna go over this some more and why truth changes to false when dealing with that. If what you're designating as the sentence is false, then the negation of it makes it true, kind of a thing. It's just dealing with basic logic. We'll talk more about that next time. Hey, this is how I'm supposed to start it off, right? All right, so now we at the beginning of the Neo Volo show. Welcome to the Neo Volo show. I go by the name of Volo Vamp Modulus Tautology, aka VMT. I am the self-proclaimed tautologist. In today's show, we're talking about builders are not N-words. I'm censoring it. You know what I mean? There's purpose behind that, and we're going to, try to talk about that word there. But what's unique about this title, it came to me, is Martin Luther King was a builder. You know what I mean? We builders. We trying to build a new nation. We trying to, us being children, because like I said it before, Hip-hop is an American culture created by the children of the 1960 civil rights movement. Right? We're builders. We're not N-words. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, technically you can say Martin Luther King was an educated Negro. They don't want you to use that word Negro. Why? There's reasons behind that. You know what I'm saying? So it's this word here, they want us to be afraid. They start using this word. We start using it ourselves. There's books. There's books out there that's used as that title. We'll talk more about that later on. But that's not really what I wanted to touch on today. I just appreciate giving me 10 minutes of your time. I'm going to get to it. Today, actually, what I'm going to talk about is the movie The Eternals. I got a chance to watch The Eternals this past weekend. And I was on my cousin's show, Philly Thing Show, and we talked about, Rihanna, and how she posted a picture of Martin Luther King with grills on his teeth, gold teeth, on Twitter, and how that, blew up and stuff. And when I told him honestly, it was the most disrespectful thing you could do. And even this is what they want to promote. They want to promote King with gold teeth. That's not why he's our king. That's not why he helped to create this thing called hip hop. You know what I mean? Rihanna's just we'll talk about Rihanna, but I don't want to talk about Rihanna. I want to talk about what a builder is. We're not the N-words. And using the not, that goes back to the logic, right? I'm moving along. So I like, this is a nice little thing, right? This is me and my son, we went to King's Dominion. This is the Loch Ness Monster. This is one of the first roller coasters. I love roller coasters. This was one of the first roller coasters that I got on, and got a chance to ride it with my son this past summer. Hopefully we can get on another good roller coaster or two this coming summer, God willing, right? All right, so where are we gonna go next? All right, I'm not gonna go here to talk about how to translate that. We're gonna go over. Let's go straight here. We'll talk about these other things later on. We're gonna go straight here. Here we go. All right, so talking about the Eternals, right? Black Panther. Let me put these down. Black Panther, right? Jack Kirby, one of the famous artist, Marvel artist. Don't do that. Use my hands. Okay, there we go, computer. He created Black Panther, following the Black Panthers. That was their inspiration. Just like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was inspiration for Xavier, and that's what they kind of say, but in this past movie, I liked Black Panther first movie, but we already know. Is that over already? That's over already. I'm taking too long. All right, give me 2 more minutes of your time. I'm running out of battery too. Just to sum it off real quick. And I can edit this, but I'm not going to edit it. Top 5 MCs, you got Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, we talked about that before. But Black Panther was one of his first books, and it was dedicated to, bringing African awareness. Yes, white men creating a comic book, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make as far as why Eternals was disrespectful. Now, this is the comic book of the Eternals, and little art that I did to, and I'll share some of this some more. I'm gonna keep all this stuff on here. But what I wanted to talk about with the Eternals, as soon as the movie came on, I laughed. And the reason why I laughed is because it told you who the enemy was from the door. If you want to know who the enemy is, when it comes to, if you want to say this false dichotomy of racism and anti-racism, look for the N-word. You know what I mean? All you got to do is look for the N-word. And as soon as the movie came on, it said the deviants came to conquer the earth. Yes, They calling the N-word the deviants. The hip-hoppers are the deviants. We are the one. And as soon as they came out the water and the thing, and they started killing the people and stuff, what were they? They were dogs. What RZA say? They changed God to dog to make people search hard. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And that aspect is why it was disrespectful to hip-hop culture. Because that's who they saying we are. We the dogs of the nation. It's not the alphabeters. The alphabeters was in it. Yeah, they did that. So in that aspect, and that's what I'm gonna talk about over here next time. I'm gonna cut this one kind of short today, but well, I'm already on my 10 minutes because I felt as though I did have to talk a little bit about King. I guess the next 10 minutes will be a continuation of that, and of the Eternals, because I do. It's an okay movie, but they, this guy here, they pay him. This is the part people don't understand. And the same is the truth for the guy that was in that movie. They pay these figures to be alphabeters. So just because they paying him to say he's a G, doesn't mean that he's a G. It's a B. You know what I'm saying? But then people get mad when you start telling them their identities. Like, I'm not, whatever. Like, but where's the other one at? Go back to here, right? I say the top 5 GMCs. I'm running out of power. So I'm going to cut this off. Top 5 GMCs, what the G means. Well, KRS-One told y'all straight up, don't call me N-word. This MC goes for his. Call me God. Gangster God. Because that's what the black man is. There's some man doing that, though. I so much more I could talk and stuff. I already over my time and I'm running out of battery. Until next time, I'm going to say one. God, that is.